Hey, this is Sugar Hill. You're watching Lights Out.
This is Faisal Khan for Lights Out, proudly sponsored by Spartans Law, and I'm delighted to be joined by Mr. Tyselle. Ty, good afternoon, mate. How you doing?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm all right. Thank you very much for asking. I know you're part of Team Shoebox Gym. I know the guys down there pretty well have visited that gym on a number of occasions. Mike said, can we get time for an interview, introduce him to Lights Out, and hopefully many more boxing fans. Pro debut coming up. Talk to me about it. I mean, how's training camp going? How's preparation going?
Camp's going good. I've been in camp ages. I'm always training, always in the gym every day. Ready to make that debut May the 25th.
Talk to me about amateur background, how many amateur fights you had, what did you win at amateur levels, was there any Olympic route that you tried going down? Just give me a bit of brief knowledge about yourself, Ty.
So when I come to shoebox, I didn't really know much about the amateur sport, but James put me on the right track, and the amateurs was always going to be that sort of stepping stone for the pros, and I did quite well. I got to 2 national finals, the most recent one, and the one the year before. Won multiple East Midlands titles, so yeah, ready to go.
So what weight are you going to be competing at, Ty?
I'm going to be super middleweight. I was a light heavyweight as an amateur, but I get a bit more leeway with the weight at pros, so for the day before weigh-ins and that, so super middleweight.
Great division to be competing at, and obviously I'm going to pick your brains about that division because the king of that division, Canelo Alvarez, last week announced his next fight against Jaimie Munguia. Is that the ideal fight you wanted to see of him, or were you hoping that he might have gone after a Benavidez or maybe even a Chris Eubank Jr.?
I think he can do what he wants, innit? He's done everything. He's fought everyone, all the top names. So I feel like the criticism he's had with not fighting Benavidez and that, like, I think it's a bit harsh because he's took every challenge that's been there whenever it's arrived. So I think he can do what he wants. I think Munguia's still a hard fight, still a top name. So yeah, I think it's all right.
I mean, he said the other day in an interview that, if I'm ducking Benavidez, well, just look at my record. I mean, Liam Smith, Callum Smith, Floyd Mayweather, Caleb Plant, the list goes on. So why do you think that fight with Benavidez hasn't been able to happen as of yet?
Do you know what? I think Benavidez is in his prime now. Canelo's just leaving his peak, so I think it's probably the bad timing for Canelo for him to be fighting Benavidez. But I suppose you've seen it with Mayweather when he fought Canelo. Mayweather was just leaving his peak and Canelo was just sort of starting out. So we could have seen it, but I think it probably makes more sense for Canelo to not take that fight, especially the criticism he had after the Bivol fight. It was a tough fight for him to be taken, but he still come under a lot of heat afterwards for not winning the fight.
Ty, last one finally before I let you go. Where can the viewers find you on social media, and what's the number one target for you in 2024 as you go into making your professional debut?
So my social media is just Tyselle, Tyselle with an underscore. That's my Instagram. And so what was the second part?
What's the number one target for you as you go into making your pro debut and continue into 2024?
Knockouts, man. Hella knockouts.
Top man. Well, Ty, listen, thank you very much for your time. Hopefully it's the first of many, and hopefully you're going to remember me.
Yeah, I will do.
Top man. Tyselle, thank you very much for talking to Lights Out. Best of luck with your debut coming up.
Cheers. Thank you very much.